I'd now like to introduce Mary Hamlin, who is the Executive Secretary of the Cleveland Cultural Garden Federation, and she's going to give you an update on our gardens.
Thank you. That was a lovely poem that we just heard of the immigrant mother. Now, I would like to say that and welcome all our new citizens who are going to be naturalized today, and to tell you that our motto is peace through mutual understanding. Peace through mutual understanding. And Sheila and I know that because if the Irish garden and the British garden can get along, everybody else can get along. Do you agree? Agreed? Right. Thank you. I'm going to give you a brief history of the gardens. I was asked to be very brief, and it's not easy for me to be very brief, but I will be. The British garden was established first in 1916. It was actually called the Shakespeare Garden, and it was put in on the 300th anniversary of the death of Shakespeare. And we've got a bust of Shakespeare standing in the garden looking down over the flowers that are mentioned in his plays. The Hebrew Garden was the second one in 1926. There's a lovely hexagonal fountain, and if you were with me on the trolley tour, I pointed that out to you. It's supported by the 7 pillars of wisdom. It's a wonderful fountain to look at as you go past. The German garden was the third one, 1929. Goethe and Schiller, Bach and Beethoven are in that garden, and that is also a magnificent garden. And then in the 1930s, we had a huge influx of gardens coming in. We had, and these are not necessarily in order, because when you look them up, it says that the garden land was given to the garden, but maybe it developed it 4 or 5 years later. So I'm just going to tell you, not necessarily in order, but the gardens that were developed in the 1930s. The Slovak garden, where the two reverends, Reverend Stefan Ferdek, Catholic, and Reverend Jan Kalar, are looking at each other in the Slovak garden. One is Catholic and one is not. One is Protestant, and it's a wonderful idea of peace through mutual understanding. The Italian garden with the gorgeous Renaissance fountain and Virgil and Dante, amongst many others. The Lithuanian garden with Kudirka, who composed the national anthem, and the founder of the the fountain of Baruta, the first queen of Lithuania, is there. She was actually a pagan queen before Christianity came to Lithuania, but it's a lovely fountain to look at. The Ukrainian garden, Lesia Ukranka, the poetess in the garden. That's the one you see in the center as we go past. Hungarian garden, Franz Liszt and the wrought iron gateway, which is seen in many of the lovely country estates there. Oh, by the way, if you hear your country mentioned, you can cheer if you like, your new citizens. We do this at our holiday meetings. The Polish garden, with Chopin, Madame Curie, and Copernicus. The Czech garden, with Smetana, Dvorak, 2 wonderful composers. The Slovenian garden, with Simon Grzegorczyk, the poet. Rusin garden, with Alexander Duknovich, priest, patriot, and poet. Did I hear a clap for the Rusin garden? Good. The Greek garden. The Doric columns represent the Parthenon in Athens. Anybody cheering for the Greek garden? I know, Andrew's here. The American garden. With Mark Twain. School children raised the money to put that statue in way back in the 1930s. And today, Hawkins School has been refurbishing it and bringing it back, and we're very grateful to Hawkins School for that. The Irish garden, with its Celtic cross, dedicated in honor of the birth, and it was also dedicated on the anniversary of the birth of the Irish poet Thomas Moore. And we just heard another very famous poet being read, William Butler Yeats. The American Legion Peace Garden. In that garden, there's a head of a woman. That was where we had our ceremony of depositing the soil, symbolizing peace. This lovely lady with her head in the garden, symbolizing peace. And then the other American Legion Peace Garden, which is the United States one, is just behind the Irish Garden over there. And it is, and also the American Garden, and it is, we've got a George Washington statue in there. Now we're coming up to more modern times. 1958, the Finnish Garden with Sibelius, the composer. The Estonian Garden, come on Erica, we got to hear from you, with the flame of freedom in the garden there. The Romanian Garden with Enescu, the composer. The African American Garden. It has flowers and a flag there and wonderful plans to develop a sort of a water system coming down the mountain there, the slope there. The Native American Garden, they've also got great plans, and they are going, they've got so many things they've brought to us on the board to be established in the garden, and everything looks very, very interesting for the Native Americans who were here before any of us. Yep. Now, the Chinese Garden in 1985, the Confucius statue. The Chinese Garden is a little bit separated from our other gardens. It's up near... We'll wait. When I hear that, I don't mind waiting. I always think, thank goodness I'm not in there. Don't you? Yeah. Chinese Garden, 1985, with Confucius. It's up near Euclid Avenue, near the church, the funny name, the Holy Oil Can Church, and Judson Manor in that area too. The India Garden was developed in 2005, and we saw Gandhi on his salt march to the sea, but he's marching to Lake Erie instead of the sea in India. Latvian Garden, 2006, we've got the stone arch and the lady in the national costume. As you drive past, I tell everybody on the bus to look and see the lady in the national costume inside the stone arch. The Azerbaijani Garden, 2008, they put in something, a stainless steel, it looks like a stainless steel bowl, and it's called hearth because they imagine the people in the Azerbaijani people sitting around that stainless steel bowl, having their dinner, cooking together, and so that was the image they were trying to create. The Serbian Garden, 2008, with the famous Negosh poet. The Armenian Garden, 2010, with the granite stones done in different, sequence like that. And that represents the alphabet, the Armenian alphabet, which was instrumental in founding the nation. We're nearly done. We've got 3 more. Syrian Garden, 2011, the Arches of Palmyra, over there. And the Croatian Garden, we've just heard the reading. The Immigrant Mother was established in June of this year. And the Albanian Garden with Mother Teresa. Now, the new Albanian Garden is going to be near that railway bridge where you go up the hill to Rockefeller Park Greenhouse, and you'll see Mother Teresa in that garden, and you will know who she is. And you'll be able to tell everybody else, that's Mother Teresa in that garden. Now, there are some other gardens that joined us that are developing, and that would be the Korean Garden. Korean Garden joined us in the parade. They are developing a garden. The Russian Garden joined us. They are going to also develop a garden. And, and the Turkish group is going to develop a garden. And not to mention the new Albanian Garden coming up on September 22nd. There'll be a special ceremony there. So thank you for your patience, and that's the history of the gardens. Thank you.